Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time you see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm going to start with tonight's show. Okay, we are kicking off with this story from ESPN. We bust my brain. Say Thomas Partey would need a pay cut to remain at Arsenal. Whenever I see that story, I was like, how is this gonna be possible? Now, one source has suggested Thomas Partey would need to take a pay cut in any deal to remain at Arsenal, according to James O'Reilly, who is one of the journalists that works with ESPN. In fact, for those who don't know O'Reilly, he's an award-winning journalist. He's a senior football writer at ESPN. So when we talk about journalism, he don't win awards. So for him to put out the story, he must have his sources internally at Arsenal. If that be the case, why would Thomas Partey need to take a pay cut? Which means he go need to reduce his salary to remain at Arsenal, whereas Thomas Partey now one of the top performers of this 2024-2025 season. It don't make any sense, especially when he is a player that has so many clubs looking at him. Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, plus some more we never even know. So it beats my I don't understand. This na person say they're supposed to give more money to stay for Arsenal. So the story, I find the story offensive. I don't just know how you take see this particular story when you hear that Thomas Partey might need to take a pay cut to remain. Like say Arsenal they do him a favor to keep him. You get, whereas they're supposed to be rewarding him for what he has done this season. So I don't really understand the story, but we'll just watch. I think maybe in the coming days we'll get some clarity, maybe from Charles Watts or Chris Whitley. We'll just see how things go. Meanwhile, we still know say Fabrizio Romano don't put mouths for Thomas Partey. Matter say Thomas Partey and Arsenal, they are in talks. I think David Ornstein reported in the morning that they are in talks over a new contract deal. And part of these talks now, O'Reilly, they tell us that they request for pay cuts, but we'll just watch. Now, Fabrizio Romano also lets us know that Dean Hodgson has not decided his next club yet, as £50 million release clause will surely be triggered. Now, who will trigger this clause? We never really know, because Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal are all in the race. Talking to the guys camp, it is up to the guy to decide where he won't go. Now, this same player then talking the money say Real Madrid they look for, but Real Madrid no fit put their money where their mouth is. Yes, they don't fit afford the player. Now, if you are not aware, Jamie Vardy after this season is going to be leaving Leicester City after 13 years. So that they celebrate, the guy said, because he win the EPL with Leicester, won some laurels, get himself in try, stay there for 13 years. I think maybe that they won't retire, but from what they hear now, say he won't move on from that place. Probably there's another club that would like to sign him. Fabrizio Romano reported and said breaking Jamie Vardy to leave Leicester City at the end of the season after nearly 13 years staying with them. Even Solokor, who's one of the reporters at Sky Sports, he was analyzing this particular story. He said, I think it's an end of an era, and I'm not sure we'll see players like Jamie Vardy in the future. So is it that he's retiring or he wants to move on? Because when you look at the statements from Solokor, it can't be like maybe he won't retire. You get, so Solokor and Rob Dunsett react to the news that Jamie Vardy is set to leave Leicester after 13 years. Leave to his mama house. I mean, leave for, what's the living for? You get, saying another club won't buy him. How old is he? Can he play at top flight level? You get, so these are questions I'm asking. ESPN UK said they celebrate the guy, talk about winning the Premier League, FA Cup, Community Shield, Championship twice, Premier League Player of the Season, when they win a Premier League Golden Boot. In fact, according to historical data, the commentator was said 12 years ago, Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy were sitting next to each other on Leicester City's bench in the Championship. I never knew this. Now, they now have 356 Premier League goals between them, 8 Golden Boots, Premier League, FA Cup trophy, and 131 England caps. I never knew this. Say, these two great men, they did together for bench at one time. So it comes to me as a surprise. Now, away from that, Now we're going to get another update from Fabrizio Romano. When they give us breaking, say the Athletic, which is the firm that David Ornstein works for. So the Athletic announces that Victor Osimhen is no longer a target for Manchester United this summer, and this comes off the backdrop of the fact that people they talk say Manchester United already get an agreement with Victor Osimhen, but look at it now. So even Arsenal can go for the player if we want to. Yes. But I don't think Mikel Arteta and Berta and those who they are the helm of affairs over there at Arsenal that are looking at Osimhen probably don't see him as their ideal kind of player. So they are attracted to the likes of Isaac, Gyökeres, Sesko, and those type of players. Them they see, and I'm not going to really blame them. Now, this statement of Mika Bierret, who's one of the former academy players at Arsenal, the statement don't go viral for social media. And many people are talking about what he has said. Now, based on say him come out for Arsenal, go join Sturm Graz. Sturm Graz come sell and go give Monaco. Before he go Sturm Graz, he went on loan many places. Now, equally talk say the problem for a lot of children is that they are so programmed to play for Arsenal that when it doesn't work out, they feel stuck. There are lots of big clubs that play good football, opportunities, and different goals. So make you no go put all your eggs in Arsenal basket because it may not work out. And the truth is, not be everybody will break into the Arsenal academy will find their way into the first team. Sadly, you get, because it has to be the best of the best. Now you go breaking. People, exceptional players, exceptional talents like Bukayo Saka, Masu Skelly, Ite Butler Oyedeji. Even that Butler Oyedeji still there someone dicey. And at the same time, your role will determine. Because like I explained that in 2 or 3 days ago, if you be center forward, it will be very difficult for you to make it from the Arsenal academy straight to the first 11. It's hard. You have think since you don't support Arsenal, who you don't see from the academy will break in as a number 9. So they come to the first 11 when they play for Arsenal. I don't know how many years you don't support Arsenal, whether at 30 or 20 years. Who you don't see from the academy will make him as a number 9, Baba, he had. We fans gonna say we don't even like that person because we go want the next shiny object, the next Gyökeres, the next Isaac, the next Osimhen, the next Benjamin Sesko. Shebi we get Butler Oyedeji, we had Mika Bierret, we had Falari Balogun, we had Edin Ketia. Some kind of people say they will say we don't even know their name. So now so I think this one's a prominent, we know their name. Yes, we're giving a chance. Don't be saying they will get chance, but is the future really bright for them? Is there light at the end of the tunnel for them? The outside and the fatigue? No. You get. So that is why if you be number 9, Baba, you had Mukuno lie. Yeah, so that's just what the future holds for some of these players. All right, so let's bring the message from one of our sponsors, Mr. Anayo, who's a real estate agent. He has 14 plots of land for sale at Nora Scott's luxury estates in Ohia Igbelu Rubber Estate at the back of airport in Abara Eche local government area of River State. So for this 14 plot of land, 6 plotted together, 4 plotted together, 3 plotted together, and 1 standalone. And it's 1.2 million naira per plot. So if you're interested in this pieces of property, you can call Mr. Anayo on 080-3276-5227 or 081-1932-9922. Like I said, if you're interested in this pieces of property, do give him a call. Now, David Seaman, can they back Arsenal for this Champions League semi-final where we go play? Now, Baba can they talk say this PSG they are beatable. They are not Real Madrid. They will say the whole euphoria, the whole everything. Hey, Real Madrid. No, they don't get that star clouds. See, Arsenal, after all, we've seen them before. So Baba can they support Arsenal? Say Arsenal can do it against PSG. Now, away from that, you can get another gist on here. Talk say Aston Villa, the reason that they consider move for Kevin De Bruyne in the summer. You get. So now the person even bring this is now Kevin Solokor. Even though TNT Sports have carried the same story, but I watched the video where Kevin Solokor they explain that for Sky Sports. Say Kevin De Bruyne no they happy with the way they pursue him for Manchester City because of the way Man City now they pursue top 4. You get. They know if you defend their own title. So him can feel say if to say Man City had a good season, they would have renewed his contract. But based on saying they did not have a good season, some players are being blamed and have to be let go. So then they look say based on saying in age, you get so in creativity levels will drop a bit. Therefore, they're looking for the likes of Florian Wirtz, get maybe with Jamal Musiala, some of those kind of players to come enter their first 11 and take the helm of affairs when it comes to the creativity department. But who knows? These are something like this. Have you had to go cherry pick some kind of best players when we say their own club don't really look at Asensio, look at Rashford. Now we hear about Kevin De Bruyne. Oh my, the guy joined them. Well, although he's old, but we don't really know what's going to happen. Now the same Pletigo. If you don't know who Pletigo is one of the reporters that works for Sky Sports. So Pletigo when they let us to say Dean Hodgson's 50 million release clause does not have to be paid immediately. It has to be contractually agreed that the clause can be paid in 3 installments. So they won't make it very, very easy for the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, and one other club we want to recruit the services of this particular player. The fee is £50 million release clause. So we are allowing you, giving you the permission to pay it instrumentally in 3 installments. So in case you don't get the money up front, you fit still run and get so, but no just watch. Now David Ornstein can they give you 2 cents for this Hodgson matter. Now Ornstein is saying Arsenal's interest in this player is strong and they remain in contention. They are among the clubs who have met his representatives, with Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta keen to sign him. Now, whether or not Arsenal will win the race is not clear because it is still open and I'm not aware of a front runner between them, Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool. Nobody be front runners. These 3 people are willing to pay that buyout clause. Previously, you got to talk about Jacob Kivior. Say, before, Kivior na player be say, in leaving Arsenal, they very, very like they highly possible. But based on what Kivior can do now, presently Kivior is our best defender because how many mistakes he don't do? Now Saliba they do mistake up and down, so he's our best defender. Arsenal may not want to sell him again because of his rise to prominence. Either way, Hodgson would play a lot of football for Arsenal if he joins. Now, this doesn't mean he will choose Arsenal. There are pros and cons to each of the suitors, all of which are ready to pay the release clause. Hodgson and Bournemouth want it sorted sooner rather than later. Now, here's the question, or here's my take. This particular player, Hodgson, now, I want to give you a reason why he may not join Arsenal. Imagine playing for Bournemouth week in, week out, week in, week out. Now, you have a club like Arsenal want to sign you. What is the guarantee that when you join Arsenal, you will break into the first 11? Because the formidable partnership of Saliba and Raya is going to hold you down. It's going to slow your progress, whether you like it or yes. That is the actual truth. But if he joins a club like maybe Chelsea, he can easily break into the first 11 because he has height. That guy is very, very tall. If let's say the guy top as Alan himself, that guy is very, very tall. So when you go to a club like maybe Liverpool, who knows? You can still break in. I don't really know. You get. So depending on how the coach runs about, I think he stands a better chance of joining Chelsea than Arsenal. The only reason we go make and join clubs like Arsenal are our projects. Arsenal have been title contenders in like 3 seasons in a row now, and we hope and we believe that it will continue in the nearest future. So in going to look say who are the club that are likely going to compete for the title next season. Arsenal is going to be there. Liverpool will be there. Chelsea will not be there. In fact, Chelsea are still looking for how to break into Champions League. You get, if care is not taken, they might go to Europa League. So these are the issues. Whether the guy will join at the end of the day, I don't really know. But more just to watch and monitor proceedings. Any way they go, I will give an clarity. Now, Eddie Nketiah, based on the match they play for the Emirates Stadium, Eddie Nketiah can like greet us, they thank us for Instagram. He said it is always nice to be back at the Emirates Stadium. Thank you for the warm reception, because I noticed when they removed Eddie Nketiah, Arsenal fans and Crystal Palace fans were applauding him, because whether I like it or yes, he really, really did his best for Arsenal, but his best was sadly not enough. So we needed to bring in somebody in the future. Now, Sun Sports understands that Arsenal still expects Martin Zubimendi to choose Arsenal ahead of Real Madrid, having been convinced by the project at the club by Mikel Arteta. Arteta wanted Zubimendi to join immediately in the winter window, January, only for Real Sociedad to demand that he remains for the rest of the season. Now we just hear this one from Jordan Davis, who's one of the reporters for Sun Sports, and the story does not end there. Now, James O'Reilly, where they work for ESPN, when they talk say Arsenal are confident they will make Martin Zubimendi their first major summer signing despite interest from Real Madrid. In fact, sources have told ESPN Arsenal are at an advanced stage in negotiations to seal the deal for the player. Mikel Arteta is a keen admirer of Zubimendi, while new sporting director Andrea Berta is also in agreement that the player will strengthen the midfield, which could be set for a reshuffle this summer. Which is why I think it was David Einstein who said, in the coming days, we are going to see movements. Arsenal, I can't remember the person who made that report, but I think in the coming weeks, they said Arsenal will sign this Zubimendi, but more just the watch. At least Arsenal don't defeat Real Madrid for this deal, and it make a whole lot of sense. Now, away from that, so Paul Merson, when they talk about Arsenal's game against PSG, now Paul Merson on day of the opinion say, I think Arsenal will win over 2 legs. I think we still get carried away with the way PSG played the first leg against Liverpool. One of the best team performances we've seen from anyone this season. But don't forget that they still lost that game. I love this analysis because people they look that first game where PSG played Liverpool, we say they dominated Liverpool from beginning to the end, but they still lost. They lost with everything. Them can't carry that mindset. Say then go Anfield, they go knock Liverpool. For Anfield, Baba, it no be like the first leg. No 2 games are equal. So we are not Liverpool. We have better defense than them. We are not Liverpool. We don't play PSG before. We knock them 2-0. So better one your mind day. So I love what Paul Merson saying, but that is not like a guarantee. So okay, we'll just go there, go do anyhow. Like say we go beat PSG. No. For me, the match is 50-50. But some people feel PSG have an edge. Why that is their own analysis, I don't really know. Now, the one who comes to me this evening, I say Martin Keown, will be one of the Arsenal legendary defenders. When they talk, say, I think this William Saliba, if I was working with him, like if me and him they play together, I go tell him and say, Baba, no, they switch off. The game against Real Madrid, the goalkeeper rolled out the ball to you. And it's as if he hasn't gotten a picture. He wasn't alert. Now it's twice we've done that same mistake. Now it has happened. He said this Saliba needs to sharpen up. Now I see a lot of comments. People are criticizing Raya. Raya say make Saliba do mistake. That today be the first time where Raya done the comments. Like I explained in the morning, people need to understand why Raya comes out. He comes out to give us an extra outlet. Why do you think we dominate teams? It is because we have extra men in positions. For that defense, Raya they come out as an extra CB. For midfield, why do you think our fullback, left back, or the invert come midfield? It's for us to have an extra man, extra outlets. These extra outlets are very, very important. I don't blame Raya. One bit, not the Raya fault. Saliba should be aware of his surroundings. You should be aware. Look at everybody's mistake. You know, say Vinicius is inside. Look at this one. What are you looking for? You are giving a pass to your player in the midst of an opposition. Who does that? So all those arguments of Raya needs to be blamed for Saliba's mistake, I don't say. That's why I bad waiting Kion. They talk say Saliba, Baba, we know say you good die. Okay, once in a while you go do some kind of mistake, fine. But see, this one is 1-2 mistakes too many. I beg. I trust Arteta now. If you don't watch the All or Nothing Arsenal documentary, you go down and say this kind of thing. Arteta about the dressing room, go shout share for you. I trust Arteta about that, so I know the doubter. Now let's bring the message from another of our sponsors. So Mobile Wealth Associates and Co Limited. So they are into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They are also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 80 6464 2234. So they're located at number 7 Kennewood Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, please reach out to them. Now, the ESPN are reporting that Thomas Partey would need a pay cut to remain at Arsenal. This particular news, I don't like him, and I hope it doesn't become the order of the day. Thomas Partey should be rewarded, and more money should be added to his salary for what he has done for us this season, so that he can do more for us next season. That's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to reward them. Don't say what they take from the one we don't get. So we'll just reward. So my dear all of us, if you're getting value from the show, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. So I think it's a fine place for us to call the show an end. Like, come your way tomorrow morning to give you the money news. Till then, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good night. When I get out. All right, guys. Ciao.